You stand at the edge of possibility, on the cusp of greatness, and yet the path ahead is obscured by doubt, by fear, by the seemingly insurmountable obstacles that loom in your mind. And so you hesitate. You wonder, what if I fail? You think, what if I'm not enough? But let me tell you this, your mind is not the prison you think it is. In fact, your mind is the greatest weapon you possess. It is your most powerful asset, and yet you've barely scratched the surface of its potential. If you could tap into this boundless reservoir of power, if you could harness the raw, unyielding force of your imagination, there would be no limit to what you could achieve. Think of the giants who walked before you. Thomas Edison, the man who changed the course of history with nothing but his mind and an unshakable belief in his vision. Edison didn't invent the light bulb because he knew how. It wasn't science that drove him, no, it was his imagination. It was his ability to see the world as it could be, not just as it was. And let's not forget the remarkable Ford, who with nothing more than a vision of efficient, accessible transportation, redefined the very way the world worked. It was his imagination that broke the chains of impossibility. Your imagination is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is the spark that ignites your inner fire, the guiding force that leads you toward your true calling. And it's more powerful than you know. But in a world that values logic over creativity, results over risk, we've been taught to stifle this gift, to push it aside in favor of practicality. We are told to focus on reality, on what we can see and touch, forgetting that reality is only as real as we choose to believe it is. What is imagination, after all, if not a glimpse into a world that has yet to exist? A world that only becomes possible when you have the courage to envision it first. It's time to cast aside the notion that success is reserved for the few, the fortunate, or the chosen. Success is for those who can tap into the unseen, the unknown. Success is for those who can dream bigger than their fears, act bolder than their doubts, and envision a future so bright that no obstacle can dim its light. Your imagination is the key to unlocking that future. It's time to unleash it, the power of belief. To truly harness the power of your imagination, you must first understand the importance of belief. Belief is the bedrock upon which every success is built. It is not enough to simply wish for success. You must believe it is not only possible, but inevitable. When Edison was working on the light bulb, he didn't just entertain the possibility of light, he believed in it with every fiber of his being. And this belief didn't come from evidence. It came from the fire that burned within him, from his unwavering conviction that what he imagined was already true in the universe, even if the world had yet to catch up. What you believe shapes what you can achieve. This is a universal truth that spans across every successful individual throughout history. It is why the greats like Lincoln, Ford, and Carnegie succeeded where others failed. They believed they could create something monumental, and they were willing to face every setback, every failure, and every rejection with a singular focus. I will make this happen. But belief is not just an internal force. It's also a shield against the naysayers, the skeptics, and the voices of doubt that are bound to surface along the way. When you believe in yourself and your vision, no one can shake you. Your belief becomes the lens through which you see the world, not as a place full of limitations, but as a canvas ready to be shaped by your ideas. And when the doubt creeps in, and it will creep in, because that's what doubt does, it is not an enemy to fight, but a challenge to overcome. Doubt means you're on the verge of something new. Doubt means that your mind is stretching, reaching beyond its limits. So, instead of cowering from doubt, meet it with belief. Stand tall in your vision, even when the world tells you to play it safe. For the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Clarity in vision, creating the picture. Now, belief is vital, but it must be paired with clarity. You can't just believe in something abstract. You need a vision, a clear, detailed image of the life you want to build, the success you want to achieve. Without vision, your imagination is just a flicker, unable to ignite a flame. But with clarity, your vision becomes a blueprint. It becomes a map guiding you through the storm. It becomes a North Star that pulls you through the darkest nights, reminding you that your destination is real and waiting for you. Every successful individual, from the entrepreneurs who built empires to the athletes who broke records, knew exactly what they wanted and why. They saw their future in vivid detail long before the world saw it too. The key is to create that vision, not just in your mind, but on paper. Write it down, sketch it out, see it in every color, every shape. The more specific you are, the more powerful your imagination becomes. And the more vivid your vision, the clearer the path forward. When you see your future in your mind's eye, the universe starts to align. Opportunities that once seemed hidden appear. Connections that once seemed impossible become inevitable. But first, you must see it. You must create it. And the way to create it is to use the power of your imagination to its fullest extent. Purpose and discipline, grounding your vision. Imagination, however, is not a fleeting daydream. It must be anchored in purpose. Your imagination, however grand, must be tied to something deeper than fleeting desire. It must be connected to your core purpose, to the reason you are here, to the mark you are meant to leave on the world. Imagination without purpose is like a ship adrift in the vast ocean, full of potential but without direction. But imagination, rooted in purpose, becomes a vessel carrying you across even the most treacherous waters. Purpose is what fuels your imagination. It is the energy that propels you forward when the world tells you to stop, when your own body feels exhausted and your mind begins to falter. The great ones were not the ones who had the easiest journey. They were the ones who found the strength to continue despite the odds. Ford didn't invent the Model T because he was trying to win accolades. He did it because he believed in a purpose greater than himself, making transportation accessible for all. And just like Ford, you must anchor your imagination in something beyond yourself. Your vision must be connected to a purpose greater than just personal gain. Only then will it have the power to fuel your relentless discipline. Discipline is the bridge between imagination and reality. Without it, your imagination is merely a dream. With discipline, your imagination becomes a plan of action. It's the day-to-day grind, the small steps that take you closer to your vision. It's getting up early when others sleep, pushing through the hard days when you feel like quitting, doing the work even when it feels like no one notices. Your imagination can show you what's possible, but discipline is what gets you there. The power of action, turning vision into reality. But discipline alone is not enough. It is action that transforms dreams into reality. You can imagine all day long, but without action, your vision remains a mirage. The most successful people in history were not simply dreamers, they were doers. They took what they imagined and turned it into tangible results. The road to success is built on a foundation of action, no matter how small those actions may seem at first. The greats of history didn't wait for perfect conditions, they made their own conditions. Edison didn't wait for the right moment to invent the light bulb. He worked tirelessly, experimenting, failing, and learning. Ford didn't wait for the world to catch up with his vision of the automobile. He took action, created the first assembly line, and changed the world forever. You too must take action. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Every action you make, no matter how imperfect, is moving you closer to your vision. And as you take action, your confidence will grow. As you see progress, however incremental, your belief in your own ability will strengthen. And with each victory, your imagination will grow, becoming even bolder, more expansive. But action requires resilience. It requires the strength to keep moving, even when the world around you is telling you to stop. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. But the greatest minds in history, Edison, Carnegie, Lincoln, failed more times than they succeeded. But what they understood that most don't is that failure is not the end. Failure is a lesson. Failure is feedback. Resilience is not about never falling down. It's about rising each time you do. And so, as you begin to take action, remember, the greatest creations, the most profound successes, began as mere ideas, sparks in someone's imagination. Your imagination is no different. It is your fuel. It is your fire. It is the beginning of everything you will achieve. Gratitude and adaptability shaping your future. As you continue on your journey, always remember the power of gratitude. Gratitude transforms the way you experience life. It shifts your perspective from what you lack to what you have, allowing you to see opportunities where others see only obstacles. When you are grateful, you attract more of what you need. You open the doors to new possibilities. And when you are grateful, you are grounded in the present moment, which makes it easier to see the next step in your journey, even when the way ahead is unclear. Finally, adaptability will become your greatest ally. The world will change, the road will shift, and what you imagined may not unfold exactly as you envisioned, but adaptability allows you to adjust, to pivot, to stay in motion, even when things are uncertain. The successful are not those who follow a rigid path. They are those who navigate the shifting sands of life with resilience, gratitude, and an unshakable belief that they are on the right path. So take a moment to pause, close your eyes, and imagine what you want for your future. See it clearly. Feel it. Know it is yours, waiting for you. Now open your eyes and take action, because the future you've imagined is just one step away. You are the master of your destiny. As you stand at the precipice of your future, you begin to realize that the only real barrier between you and success is the limitations you've imposed on your own imagination. In the quiet spaces of your mind, you hold the power to reshape the world. There is no grander, more universal force than the ability to imagine, for it is through imagination that the seeds of greatness are planted. The greatest achievements ever made, those monumental feats of human endeavor, were once just ideas, concepts that had never existed before, brought into the world by individuals who refused to let doubt stifle their vision. They saw what wasn't there and created it with nothing but belief and action. In this moment, as you reflect on your own aspirations, understand this: you are the creator of your own reality. The power to build, to rise, to accomplish, this power lies within you, in the deepest recesses of your mind, waiting to be unlocked. But just as a painter cannot create a masterpiece without a canvas, you cannot build your success without a mental landscape ready for growth. The mind is the most fertile ground there is, but it must be tended carefully. It must be nurtured with clarity, watered with belief, and fed with consistent action. You have everything you need within you to transform the world, to shape it in a way that reflects the vision you carry in your heart. But to do so, you must abandon any notion of limitations. You must release the fear of failure and step boldly into the unknown. You have to begin today. The world waits for no one, and every moment you hesitate is a moment you forfeit to doubt. But when you act with the unwavering certainty that the world is yours to create, you align yourself with the very forces of nature that propel the dreamers into the realm of achievers. Take a moment to reflect on what you truly want. Forget what others say you should want. Forget the expectations and obligations placed on your shoulders. What is it that your heart calls out for? What is the life you imagine when the noise of the world quiets? This vision is not only possible, it is waiting for you to claim it. But you must claim it with more than just wishful thinking. You must claim it with the full force of your imagination, backed by your relentless belief that it is already yours. You see, when you begin to imagine without restrictions, when you let go of what you think you know about how things should be, you break free of the invisible chains that hold you in place. You stop living in a world that others have created for you, and you step into the one you are meant to craft for yourself. This is the moment when you take ownership of your future, when you stop being a passive observer and begin to actively design your destiny. The truth is that the road to greatness is not paved with certainty. It's a road made of jagged rocks, sharp turns, and uncharted territories. But these very obstacles are not there to stop you. They are there to guide you, to teach you, and to strengthen you. Think of the great innovators, those who shaped the very world we live in today. They weren't born with an unshakable roadmap to success. They forged it with every step they took. They faced rejection, disappointment, and failure, but they never allowed those moments to define them. They adapted, they learned, and they kept moving forward, propelled by the unrelenting force of their own imagination. Now, it's your turn. It's your turn to take the first step, to walk into the unknown with the same audacity and courage as those who came before you. Your vision is the foundation, your belief is the fuel, and your action is the momentum. If you can hold that vision clearly in your mind, if you can believe in it with unwavering certainty, and if you can take action, no matter how small, every single day, you will start to see the world bend to your will. But make no mistake, this journey is not a sprint. It is a marathon of endurance, perseverance, and grit. The world will test you. There will be moments when you will feel as though your vision is slipping away, when the obstacles will seem insurmountable, and when the weight of doubt will threaten to crush you. But it is in these very moments, when the darkness feels the deepest, that you must hold on tighter. You must dig deeper into the well of your imagination, pull out your belief, and use it as the tool to carve through the walls that stand before you. Look at the history of humankind. The greatest achievements were not born of perfection. They were born of resilience, of the refusal to give up, of the courage to imagine something bigger than what currently existed. It was not the absence of failure that made them great. It was their ability to rise after every fall. Edison did not invent the light bulb because he succeeded on the first try. He succeeded because he refused to accept failure as the end. His imagination guided him, his belief in that vision drove him, and his relentless pursuit turned an impossible idea into a reality that changed the course of history. This is the power of resilience, the power of persistence, the power of not backing down. When you face adversity, you are not being tested on your ability to succeed. You are being tested on your ability to keep going, to keep imagining, and to keep believing when the world tells you to stop. The great ones didn't quit when it got hard. They kept moving forward, one step at a time, toward the vision that burned brighter than any obstacle in their path. And so, in your journey, remember this. Resilience is not about never stumbling. It's about standing up every single time you fall. Every setback is a lesson. Every failure is a stepping stone. Every challenge you face is shaping you into the person who will ultimately triumph. This is the path of the true creator, the one who dares to imagine, to believe, to act, and to adapt. You are not just a passenger on this journey. You are the architect of your destiny. You hold the pen in your hand, and you have the power to write the story you wish to live. But to do so, you must embrace the full power of your imagination and the unwavering belief that your dreams are not only possible, they are in. Step into this power. Embrace it fully. Let it guide you, shape you, and transform you, because you, with your imagination, your belief, and your action, are destined to leave a mark on the world that will echo long after you're gone. Your success is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And that when begins the moment you believe. the moment you take action, and the moment you decide to imagine a future far greater than anything the world has seen before. Now, go forth and unleash the power of your imagination. The world is waiting for what you will create. As you move forward, you begin to understand something profound. The world around you is nothing more than a reflection of what is within you. What you see in the external world is simply the result of your inner landscape, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions. You are the creator, the sculptor, the architect of the reality you experience. And the moment you grasp this truth, you realize the limitless potential that lies in your hand. The moment you decide to take command of your thoughts, to master your mind, you become unstoppable. It is in your mind that the seeds of success are planted, and it is in your mind that they either thrive or wither. Your thoughts shape your actions shape your destiny. This is why clarity of mind is crucial. To build the life you desire, you must have a clear vision of it, a sharp and focused image in your mind of what you want to create. And that image must be so vivid, so real, that it pulls you toward it, magnetizing every step, every choice, every decision. But clarity does not come by accident. It comes through consistent, deliberate focus. It requires you to tune out the noise, to block out the distractions, and to listen only to the voice of your inner vision. The path to success is not paved with the voices of doubt or the opinions of others. It is paved with your own voice, your own clarity, and your own belief in the possibility of what you are creating. You must understand that your imagination, when combined with clarity, becomes a force that cannot be denied. The more you refine your vision, the sharper and more powerful it becomes. When you know exactly what you want and you hold that vision with unwavering certainty, you send out a signal into the world that cannot be ignored. It is as if the universe itself conspires to bring that vision to life. Opportunities arise, doors open, people appear, and things fall into place in ways you could never have predicted. But this only happens when you create that vision with clarity, with power, and with conviction. There is no room for uncertainty in the mind of a creator. The greats, those who changed the course of history, were not swayed by confusion or hesitation. They saw their success in their mind's eye long before it existed in the physical world. They could taste it, feel it, smell it. It was as real to them as the air they breathed, and so they moved toward it with purpose, with discipline, and with an unwavering focus. Focus is a powerful force. It is the energy that directs your creative powers toward a single goal. When you focus on what you want and you refuse to allow anything to distract you from it, you align yourself with the energy of success. Every action you take is infused with purpose. Every decision you make is in alignment with your vision. And it is through this constant focus, this relentless commitment to your purpose, that you begin to see the impossible become possible. But focus is not something that comes naturally to everyone. It is a skill that must be cultivated, nurtured, and honed. It requires you to remove the distractions, to silence the voices that pull you in every direction. It requires discipline, the discipline to stay on course even when the road is long and difficult. And it requires patience. Patience to trust the process, to understand that success does not happen overnight. It is the result of consistent effort over time. And time, when used wisely, becomes your greatest ally. In moments of doubt, when you feel overwhelmed by the weight of the world, or when the path ahead seems unclear, remember this: the journey of success is not linear. It is not a straight line from point A to point B. It is a winding road, full of unexpected turns, challenges, and detours. But each detour, each setback, each obstacle is an opportunity for growth. It is in the struggle, the challenge, the adversity, that you learn who you really are. And it is through this process that your character is forged, your resilience is built, and your strength is tested. There will be times when the road ahead seems too difficult, when you wonder if it's even worth it. In those moments, you must dig deep. Reach into the reservoir of strength that resides within you and push forward, no matter how hard it seems. Remember that the greatest achievements in history were not accomplished by those who never faced hardship. They were accomplished by those who faced hardship and decided to keep going. Every great success story is built on the foundation of perseverance. Every empire was built on the strength of those who refused to give up. Your success is no different. The road ahead will not always be smooth. There will be days when you question yourself, when you wonder if it's all worth it. But those are the days that matter most. Those are the days that separate the dreamers from the doers. Those are the days when you must summon the courage to push through, to keep going even when you can't see the end. Because the truth is, success is not a destination. It is a journey, a process of becoming, a process of transforming into the person you need to be in order to achieve the greatness you desire. So, as you stand on the precipice of your future, look ahead with confidence, with certainty, with the unshakable belief that you are destined for success. Know that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Your imagination is the fuel that will drive you forward, and your belief is the engine that will power you. With clarity, focus, discipline, and action, there is nothing you cannot accomplish. Embrace the power within you. Embrace the strength of vision and the belief that you are capable of greatness. And when you begin to take those first steps, no matter how small, understand that you are already on the path to success. The universe has no choice but to align with your vision, because it is fueled by the most powerful force in existence, your imagination. Now, go forth, create, build, dream, and most importantly, never stop. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness, and with the power of your imagination, there is no limit to what you can achieve. There comes a moment in every journey when you must look inward and ask yourself a simple yet profound question. What will you do with the power of this moment? You have a vision, you have a belief, and you've taken the first steps toward manifesting your dreams. But now comes the critical point, the place where many falter. This is where true creators are made, because the world will challenge you, life will test your resolve. But the measure of your success lies not in how the world reacts to your dream, but in how you choose to respond to the trials that come your way. In the face of adversity, you must choose not to shrink away from the battle, but to rise, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. When life presses you down, you have a choice: to stay down or to push upward with all your might, knowing that growth is born in the struggle. Remember, the most resilient trees are those that have endured the fiercest storms. They are not the ones that were shielded from the wind, but the ones that faced it head on and grew stronger because of it. This is where your adaptability becomes crucial. The world does not remain static. It shifts and changes. And those who succeed are the ones who can adapt to these changes, adjusting their course without losing sight of the destination. Flexibility, the ability to bend without breaking, is what allows the mind to remain sharp, the heart to stay strong, and the soul to remain grounded in the vision that burns within. To adapt does not mean to compromise your dreams. It means to be strategic, to pivot when necessary, and to move with purpose. Think about the great visionaries who altered their course along the way, not out of defeat, but out of strategic wisdom. They understood that flexibility isn't weakness, it's the very essence of strength. Their ability to adapt, to shift direction, to innovate in the face of the unknown. This is what enabled them to build legacies that still influence the world today. Adaptability is born of wisdom. The wisdom to know when to stay the course and when to change direction. It's the ability to see the bigger picture, to understand that the road to success isn't a straight line, but a series of choices, each leading to the next. And sometimes you'll need to make a sharp turn. The key is to embrace those turns. Embrace the lessons they bring. Embrace the growth that comes with change. But adaptability doesn't just mean changing your path. It also means being willing to learn, to improve, to evolve. The journey of success is not one of static achievement. It is a continuous process of becoming. The person you are today is not the person you will be tomorrow, and that's the beauty of it. As you continue to push forward, to take action, and to refine your focus, you evolve into the very person capable of achieving the vision you hold in your heart. The power to adapt lies in your commitment to learning. And learning, at its core, is about embracing growth, not just in skills or knowledge, but in your own personal development. The road to success will teach you many things. It will teach you about your strengths, about your resilience, and about the power of your imagination. But most importantly, it will teach you about your capacity to rise, to adapt, and to evolve as you move forward. This ability to learn, to absorb the lessons from every experience, to transform every setback into a springboard for growth, is one of the most powerful tools you can possess. It is what allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It is what turns challenges into stepping stones. It is what empowers you to move beyond the limitations of today and step into the boundless possibilities of tomorrow. But as you grow, as you learn, and as you adapt, never forget the most essential ingredient to your success: gratitude. Gratitude is the foundation that anchors you in the present, that grounds you in the realization that you are right now exactly where you need to be. Gratitude is the recognition that no matter the challenges or the hardships, you are on a journey that is uniquely yours, that is shaping you into the person who will achieve the greatness you've imagined. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a practice. It is the practice of acknowledging the good, the lessons, the opportunities, and the beauty that exist even in the midst of hardship. It is the practice of focusing on abundance, not scarcity, on possibilities, not limitations. And it is this mindset, this constant recognition of the blessings around you, that will magnetize more success into your life. When you are grateful for what you have, you open the door for more to come in. So, as you move forward, as you continue to build, create, and manifest your dreams, remember to express gratitude for each step. Every victory, no matter how small, deserves recognition. Every challenge is a lesson in disguise, and every setback is a step toward your ultimate success. Gratitude keeps you humble, it keeps you grounded, and it fuels your journey with the energy you need to continue onward. And as you continue to adapt, to learn, and to grow, one final piece of the puzzle will emerge: resilience. The resilience to face every storm, every challenge, and every obstacle that comes your way with unshakable faith in yourself and your vision. Because you understand now that challenges are not the end. They are the beginning. They are the crucibles through which your strength is tested, your belief is refined, and your purpose is strengthened. Resilience is not about avoiding pain or hardship. It is about leaning into them, embracing them as part of the process, and emerging from them stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to fortify your resolve, to build your character, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness. As you continue on this path, remember, the greatest successes are often born in the darkest moments. It is in the fire that the strongest steel is forged. The more you are tested, the more you will grow. The more you rise, the more your vision will expand. And as you do, you will come to realize something profound. The journey itself, with all its twists, turns, and trials, is what shapes you into the person capable of achieving everything you've ever imagined. So with each step forward, carry your vision in your heart, your belief in your soul, and your gratitude in your mind. Let resilience be the force that propels you through the darkest days, and let adaptability be the key that unlocks the doors to endless possibilities. You are not just a dreamer. You are a creator. You are the master of your destiny. And the world is waiting for the impact you are about to make. Now is the time to rise, Now is the time to create. Now is the time to become who you were always meant to be. The power is within you. The possibilities are endless. And the future is yours to shape. As you step deeper into this journey, you start to recognize the subtle yet undeniable truth. Success is not just a destination. It is a state of being, a way of moving through the world. It is not merely about achieving a set goal or reaching the final rung of the ladder. It is about how you engage with the process, how you face each new challenge, how you transform through every experience along the way. At the heart of every great accomplishment, you will find something that cannot be measured or quantified: passion. Passion is what sustains you when everything else fades. It is the unshakable fire that burns in your chest, driving you forward even when the road is long and fraught with difficulty. Without passion, there is no fuel to carry you through. Without passion, the vision becomes dull, the journey becomes tedious, and the dream becomes forgotten. But passion alone is not enough. Passion must be coupled with purpose. Purpose is the compass that guides you, the reason you get up in the morning and push through the tough days. It is the deeper why that anchors you in the face of uncertainty, reminding you that there is something much greater than temporary discomfort at the end of your path. Without purpose, passion can easily become scattered, unfocused, and short-lived. But when combined, passion and purpose create an unstoppable force that propels you toward your destiny. Purpose is born from within, but it is reflected in the impact you wish to make in the world. It's not about accumulating wealth or recognition. It's about the difference you are here to make, the legacy you are meant to leave behind. It is the desire to contribute, to serve, and to create something that will outlast you. Every great person who ever lived was driven by a sense of purpose greater than themselves. Their actions were not solely motivated by personal gain, but by a commitment to a cause or a vision that would benefit others. And this is what you must connect to within yourself. When you align your passion with your purpose, you transform. Your daily actions become more than just tasks. They become expressions of who you are and what you stand for. You stop moving through life like a passive participant and start engaging with every moment with intention, power, and vision. The obstacles you once saw as barriers become opportunities to deepen your commitment, to strengthen your resolve, and to build the foundation for the success you are meant to achieve. Now, as you walk this path, there will be moments where the weight of the journey feels overwhelming. There will be days when it feels like everything is working against you, when the world seems determined to push you off course. But these moments are not to be feared. They are the tests that will reveal the strength of your foundation. They are the challenges that will teach you who you really are. In fact, it is in these moments that your true potential begins to unfold. What you must remember in those moments of struggle is this: nothing worth achieving comes easily. Every great achievement is birthed from adversity. The obstacles you face are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. They are the refining process that transforms your vision into reality. Every great success story, whether it's in business, in art, or in personal development, is rooted in perseverance, in the ability to keep moving forward even when the world seems to conspire against you. But it's not just about pushing through. It's about maintaining your focus through the difficulty. It's about keeping your eyes on the vision, even when it feels like you're standing still. The temptation in tough times is to look around at the obstacles, to measure your progress against the perceived success of others. This is the trap. The real key is to look forward, to stay grounded in your purpose, and to know that every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment of your vision. You do not need to see the finish line to know you're on the right path. You just need to trust that every step you take matters. Every action you take is a part of the whole. Through the setbacks, the failures, and the moments of doubt, your resilience will continue to grow. This is the beauty of the journey. every challenge, every hardship is an opportunity to refine your character, to strengthen your inner resolve, and to sharpen the tools necessary to build your success. Those moments of struggle are the tests that will reveal to you the depth of your potential. And as you continue on this path, there will come a time when the external world begins to shift. The opportunities you once dreamed of will start to materialize. You will look around and see that the work you have put in, the sacrifices you have made, are beginning to bear fruit. Your dream will no longer be a distant hope. It will be a tangible reality, slowly taking shape, unfolding before your very eyes. But even in those moments of achievement, you must remember the journey is never truly finished. Success is not a destination. It is a continuous evolution, a constant unfolding. Just as your imagination has the power to create, so too does it have the power to renew, to refresh, and to continue expanding. When one vision is realized, another should take its place. When one goal is achieved, another should rise to take its place. And the beauty of this process is that it is infinite. The moment you decide to tap into the full power of your imagination, the moment you truly believe in your potential and commit to your purpose, you step into a cycle of perpetual growth and transformation. There is no ceiling to what you can achieve. There is no final destination. There is only the continual evolution of your vision, of your growth, of your becoming. And so, as you walk this path, embrace the fullness of each moment. Embrace the challenges, embrace the triumphs, and most importantly, embrace the person you are becoming. The world will bend to your will when you align with the power of your imagination, when you stay grounded in purpose, and when you take deliberate, courageous action every single day. Your success is not just a future possibility. It is a current reality. Every step you take, every choice you make, every thought you think is shaping the future you will one day look back on with pride. And when that future arrives, you will look at the journey behind you and realize that it was not just about the destination. It was about who you became in the process. So keep moving forward. Keep imagining, keep creating, and never stop evolving, because the world is waiting for the impact you are destined to make. The power is within you. The potential is boundless. And your future, your true, limitless future, is yours to design. As you continue this journey, you will come to realize that the greatest challenges are not the ones you face in the world around you, but the ones you face within yourself. It is easy to look at external obstacles and blame them for your struggles, but in truth, the most difficult battles you will ever fight are the ones fought in the quiet spaces of your mind. It is here that doubts rise, fears take root, and limiting beliefs grow like weeds in the garden of your potential. But the mind is not an enemy to be fought, it is a tool to be mastered. When you begin to understand that your thoughts are not facts, but choices, you gain control over the narrative of your life. It is not the world that defines your limits, it is your own thinking. Every time you catch yourself in a moment of doubt or fear, you must pause and recognize it for what it is, a fleeting thought that has no power unless you give it power. And in that pause, you can choose to think differently. You can choose to believe in your strength, in your potential, and in your ability to overcome anything. The power of choice is a profound force. It is what separates the dreamers from the achievers, the visionaries from the ones who merely wish. To choose is to take ownership of your future. To choose is to take back your power. And in every moment you are choosing, whether consciously or unconsciously, what you will become. Will you choose fear or courage? Will you choose doubt or belief? Will you choose to stay where it's safe, or will you choose to step into the unknown and embrace the opportunities that await? There is an undeniable beauty in choosing to step into the unknown. It is in this space, beyond the comfort zone, that your true potential is revealed. It is here that you begin to truly see what you are capable of. When you embrace the unknown, you unlock a new level of creativity, innovation, and problem solving that you never knew existed. The moment you step beyond the familiar, your mind opens to new possibilities, and your imagination expands to fill the void with solutions and ideas that were once out of reach. This is where true growth happens, not in the moments of certainty, but in the moments of risk, uncertainty, and courage. Growth is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward in spite of it. Every time you choose to act, despite the doubts that may arise, you are not just moving toward your goals, you're becoming the person you need to be in order to achieve them. The path ahead will not always be easy. There will be moments when you feel unsure, when you wonder if the effort is worth the reward. But it is in those moments when the stakes feel high and the doubts feel loud that you must stand firm in your belief. You must remember why you started this journey in the first place. You must remember that every step you take is a step toward the life you envision, toward the person you are destined to become. What is the price of success? It is not measured in dollars or accolades. It is measured in resilience, in faith, and in the willingness to keep going when every part of you wants to quit. It is measured in the quiet moments when you choose to believe in yourself, when you refuse to let the external noise dictate your path. Success is not a trophy at the end of a race. It is a mindset, a way of living, a state of being. And once you embody this mindset, you will see the world through different eyes. Success is not found in the destination, but in the journey itself. Every day, every challenge, every moment of doubt is shaping you into the person you need to be to manifest your dream. There will be moments when the horizon seems distant, when the goal feels out of reach. But remember, the journey is the destination. It is the person you become along the way that holds the true value. With every challenge, you will grow stronger. With every failure, you will learn more. With every success, you will be reminded of your power, your potential, and the incredible capacity within you to create and achieve. The journey is yours to define. There is no map for this kind of success because it's a path that only you can walk. Your steps are unique, your journey is singular, and the life you are creating is yours and yours alone. As you continue on this path, remember to celebrate the small wins along the way. Success is not just about the big moments. It's about the daily victories, the quiet triumphs, the subtle shifts in your mindset that allow you to move forward with strength and purpose. Every moment spent moving toward your goal, no matter how small, is a moment worth celebrating. These moments are the building blocks of your success, and they should be cherished. And through it all, remember this: the universe is constantly conspiring in your favor. When you choose to believe in yourself, when you align your actions with your vision, the world opens up in ways you never imagined. Doors will begin to open. Opportunities will present themselves. And the right people, the right connections, and the right circumstances will find their way into your life. You are not alone on this journey. Every action you take, every choice you make, is sending ripples out into the world, creating the environment in which your dreams can thrive. The energy you put out into the world is reflected back to you, amplifying your efforts and accelerating your progress. So stay focused, stay determined, and above all, stay aligned with your vision. Your imagination is your greatest gift, and the actions you take will determine the reality you create. The world is waiting for your brilliance, your vision, and your contribution. Your journey has only just begun, and the best is yet to come. Every step you take, every choice you make, is leading you to a future more incredible than you can even imagine. Now step forward with unwavering belief. The world is ready for what you are about to create. It's your time. Let your imagination be the spark that ignites your future. Keep moving forward, for the life you have dreamed of is waiting to be realized. You are the creator of your destiny, and the world is yours to shape. As you continue to walk this path, you will begin to feel the subtle yet undeniable shift that happens when you fully embrace the power within you. The energy around you will change. The people you meet, the circumstances you face, and the opportunities that come your way will reflect the transformation you have already undergone. It is the natural law of the universe. When you align your thoughts, your actions, and your beliefs, the world begins to align with you. But this alignment, this effortless flow of life, does not come by chance. It comes from intentionality. It comes from the daily decisions you make, the consistency of your thoughts, and the unwavering commitment you show to your vision. Every choice you make, whether big or small, has an impact. And as you continue to make those choices with purpose and clarity, you will begin to notice that the path ahead becomes smoother. The obstacles you once perceived as roadblocks will begin to transform into stepping stones, guiding you toward your next phase of growth. There is a powerful force in the act of consistency. It is easy to get distracted by the endless noise of the world. It's easy to be tempted by shortcuts, by the desire for instant results, or by the fear of failure. But the truth is, consistency is what sets the successful apart. It's the act of showing up every day, no matter the circumstances, and doing the work. It's the commitment to keep moving forward, even when it feels like the world is pushing you back. Consistency builds momentum. It is the key that unlocks long-term success. While others may be distracted by shiny objects or fleeting trends, you stay focused on your vision, taking deliberate steps every day toward your goal. And as you do, you begin to build something incredible, something that cannot be taken from you, something that will stand the test of time, a legacy. But consistency is more than just doing the work. It's about maintaining a mindset that fuels your actions. It's about continuing to believe in the process even when the results don't come as quickly as you'd like. It's about understanding that the slow and steady progress you make each day is worth far more than fleeting moments of instant gratification. Over time, the small, consistent actions compound. And before you know it, you will look back and realize that the work you put in each day has created something far greater than you could have imagined. And as you grow in consistency, you will start to feel a deep sense of trust in the process. The uncertainty that once plagued you will begin to fade. The fears that once held you back will no longer have the same grip on your heart. This trust is what will carry you through the toughest days, the days when doubt rears its ugly head and threatens to knock you off course. When you trust the process, when you trust your ability to adapt and overcome, nothing can stand in your way. Now, it is crucial to understand that consistency alone is not enough. To truly achieve success, you must also embrace the power of courage. Courage is the fuel that ignites your vision when fear threatens to put out the flame. It is the strength to take that first step when everything inside you tells you to stay safe. It is the willingness to venture into uncharted territory, to break free from the familiar and take a leap of faith into the unknown. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to move forward in spite of it. The path ahead will always be uncertain. There will always be risks. But with courage, you will face those risks head on, knowing that the rewards far outweigh the fear. When you look at the great visionaries throughout history, you will see that what separated them from the rest was not their lack of fear, but their ability to act in the face of it. They understood that courage is not a feeling, it is a decision. And just as courage fuels your actions, it also empowers your imagination. It allows you to dream bigger, think bolder, and take actions that were once beyond your reach. Courage will stretch your limits, push you past your comfort zone, and open doors you never thought possible. When you make the courageous choice to believe in yourself, to act on your vision, you open up a world of possibilities that once seemed out of reach. So let courage be your guide as you continue on this journey. Let it propel you forward when uncertainty clouds your vision. Let it remind you that the only real risk is the risk of not trying, of not giving your all, of not reaching for the greatness you know is within you. Courage will transform your fear into fuel, your doubt into determination, and your dreams into reality. And as you step forward with courage, remember that you are not walking alone. You are part of something greater than yourself. You are part of a universal force that rewards those who are willing to take action, who are willing to believe in their vision, and who are willing to face the unknown with unwavering faith. You are connected to a lineage of dreamers, achievers, and creators who came before you, who built the world with their ideas and their action. And now, it's your turn to add your mark to this great legacy. Your vision is not a passing thought. It is a calling. It is a whisper from your soul, urging you to rise, to create, and to make a difference. The world needs what you have to offer. The world needs your imagination, your belief, and your action. And when you step into this power, when you fully embrace your ability to shape the future, you will not only change your life, you will change the world. So keep going, keep dreaming, keep creating, and most importantly, keep believing, because your success is not just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. It's waiting for you to unleash the power within you and share your vision with the world. This is your time, your moment to rise, your moment to act, and your moment to create the life you've always dreamed of. Keep moving forward with purpose, with passion, and with courage. And watch as your world transforms before your very eyes. The power is in your hands. The future is yours to shape, and the journey has only just begun. As you advance further into this journey, you begin to see with new clarity. What you once thought was out of reach is now becoming attainable. The path ahead, though still filled with challenges, no longer appears as an insurmountable obstacle. Each step you take now feels more purposeful, more intentional, as if the very ground beneath your feet is aligned with your mission. What once seemed impossible is now simply a matter of taking one deliberate action after another, one thought at a time, one decision at a time. But the true essence of this journey is not in the final destination. It's in the evolution of the person you are becoming. Every moment, every choice, every challenge you face is a step toward transforming into the person who can carry your dream to fruition. You are not just working toward an external achievement, you are shaping your internal self, building the character, the wisdom, and the strength necessary to carry the weight of success. Success isn't just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming the kind of person who is capable of achieving it. As you continue to press forward, each experience, whether a triumph or a trial, adds depth to who you are. The internal work you're doing right now is as important, if not more so, than the external results you will eventually see. Every ounce of growth you experience, every time you push past your limits, you are expanding your capacity to achieve, to influence, and to make an impact on the world around you. But even as you grow, there will be moments where you feel the weight of the journey. You will encounter setbacks that test your patience, your endurance, and your resolve. Yet, it is not the setbacks themselves that define you. It is how you respond to them. When you face these challenges, you will have a choice: to succumb to frustration or to rise above it with renewed focus and strength. The strengths you develop through adversity will be the foundation upon which your future successes are built. It's in the moments when you're faced with the hardest decisions, the darkest days, that your true power begins to show itself. In those moments, you're not just overcoming obstacles. You are becoming a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you were before. These challenges are not punishments. They are opportunities for growth. The friction that you feel, the resistance, actually helps to refine your abilities, sharpen your focus, and mold your character. As you progress, you will find that the world begins to respond to your energy. The things that once seemed difficult or unattainable will now appear more accessible, not because they've changed, but because your perception of them has transformed. When you stand firm in your vision, when you hold steadfast to your belief in yourself, the world aligns with you. People, circumstances, and opportunities will start to find their way to you. It's as if the universe itself recognizes the power you've unlocked within and begins to respond to your determined energy. The key to this shift is understanding that the energy you project is just as important as the actions you take. When you approach the world with confidence, clarity, and a deep belief in your purpose, it cannot help but mirror that back to you. The law of attraction is not simply about thinking positive thoughts. It's about aligning your energy with the reality you want to create. When your thoughts, words, and actions are in harmony, the world will begin to unfold in ways you could never have predicted. This is the power of unwavering belief. It is the ability to see the opportunities in the midst of challenges, to trust that every step, no matter how small, is leading you toward your destination. It's the ability to hold your vision firmly in your mind, even when the results are not yet visible. It's the quiet knowing that the work you are putting in today is creating a future beyond anything you can see right now. And in this process, there is another key element that will elevate your journey: faith. Faith is not just about religious or spiritual belief. It is about having an unshakable trust in the process of life itself. It is the belief that even when the path ahead is uncertain, you are being guided toward your highest good. It's about trusting that the universe is conspiring in your favor, even when the circumstances don't immediately reflect that truth. Faith is the calm assurance that even though you may not know exactly how things will unfold, you can trust that everything you need will come to you at the right time. It is the quiet confidence that no matter how many obstacles appear in your way, you will find a way through. This faith is what allows you to move forward with boldness, to make decisions with clarity, and to persist when it feels like the world is standing still. The deeper your faith, the more effortless your journey becomes. When you trust in the process, when you believe that your vision is not just a distant dream but a certain reality, the world responds to that belief. Opportunities will come at the right moment. People will show up when you need them. And the challenges you face will no longer feel like burdens. They will feel like lessons, guiding you toward the person you need to become in order to fulfill your purpose. As you continue on this path, never forget that success is not a solitary pursuit. The greatest accomplishments are often achieved through collaboration, through building meaningful relationships with others who share your values and vision. As you rise, you will encounter people who are inspired by your journey, who are drawn to the energy you radiate. These connections, whether personal or professional, will be the network that supports you along the way, pushing you higher and further than you could go alone. True success is built on the foundation of these meaningful relationships. It's not just about what you accomplish individually, but about how you uplift those around you and contribute to their success as well. As you climb, extend a hand to help others rise with you. The more you share, the more the universe will pour into your life. This is the principle of abundance. The more you give, the more you receive. And in giving, you will find that your journey becomes richer, more fulfilling, and more impactful than you could ever have imagined. With each step, you are not just moving closer to your goals, you are creating a ripple effect that will resonate far beyond your own life. The impact of your actions, your beliefs, and your contributions will inspire others, creating a wave of positive change that will continue long after you have reached the heights of your success. And so, as you continue forward, remember this: you are not simply chasing a dream. You are embodying the very essence of that dream. With each decision, each action, each belief, you are bringing it closer to life. You are becoming the living, breathing manifestation of the vision you carry within you. The world is not waiting for you to arrive at your destination. It is waiting for you to step fully into your power, to claim your greatness, and to create the future you've always known was possible. Your time has come. Your moment is now. The journey continues, and with every step you take, you draw closer to the life you've imagined. Keep believing. Keep creating. Keep rising. And remember, you are not just chasing success, you are becoming it. As we wrap up our discussion on unleashing the power of imagination for success, it's essential to recap the key points we've covered. Imagination is not just a fanciful escape. It is a vital tool that can lead to extraordinary achievements in both personal and professional realms. By visualizing your goals and aspirations, you create a mental roadmap that guides your actions and decisions. We explored practical techniques for creative visualization, the importance of overcoming mental barriers, and the inspiring stories of individuals who have harnessed their imagination to achieve greatness. Remember, the journey to success begins with setting clear goals and regularly visualizing them. Utilize tools like journaling and vision boards to enhance your imaginative capabilities, and stay committed to your practices. Consistency is crucial in developing a mindset that embraces creativity and innovation. As you move forward, keep these key takeaways in mind. Imagination fuels motivation. Visualization aligns your mindset with your goals. And overcoming mental barriers is essential for unleashing your full potential. If you found this content valuable, we encourage you to engage with us. Please subscribe to our channel for more inspiring and informative videos. Don't forget to like this video and share it with friends and family who might benefit from unlocking their imagination. Together we can create a community that embraces creativity and empowers each other to achieve our dreams. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.